Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? Now, this is gonna be my episode recap of Zatima and season 3, episode 19. I know this is hella late, and I would definitely understand. For those of you who I was like wondering why in the world was this late. I just kept putting it off. To be honest with you, other things was coming up, and it is what it is. And then this episode with surprise with Connie, it was so deep because at that time I had just gotten my diagnosis. I went to the doctor. What I thought was for a routine follow-up visit, and then they told me that I was gonna have to start seeing a oncologist. So, child, I just put it on the back burner because it was so heavy for me at the time. So, let's get on into it. Come on in if you would like to. I know you all probably have seen it several times. It's on a streaming network, so not everybody gets to see it at the same time. So I'm just now giving the recap on the final 2 episodes of season 3. Episode 19 opens up where it left off with Malachi showing Fatima his tattoo. We're still in Angela's house, and Angela's like, dude has a whole tattoo on his chest. And Fatima's like, I can see that. And he just still expressing how much he loves Fatima. And Angela's like, what about your wife? Now, this dude looks very familiar, and I'm trying to think, is my mind serving me correctly? Is this one of the guys that plays on Beyond the Gates? Because he looks like the guy who plays, I want to say Mark. Okay, but don't quote me on this. Like I said, I'm still getting to know the characters from Paramount Quest. Fatima leaves, but before she does, she tells him, look, help him. Leave me alone. Because your wife is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Thanks, I want your face. It's not my problem. You're just not my problem. Problem's not my problem. So, Angela still is worried about her own problems. And she makes it clear, just take care of this. Which is, let me go over for a little bit because I know probably, like I said, this is old. So, and then like with streaming, you don't ever know when you want to be in something, okay? So here we go, again. But anyway, she goes on to say, if you can take care of it, do it. And then he says that he's going to get involved with someone in cybercrime to handle these types of things. Ooh, baby, he works for the federal government. Everybody who works for the federal government as of lately are in trouble. And this dude is talking about gutting the entire Social Security system. How this gonna work out? Huh? I guess because we've been so used to this fine oil machine that we don't even know what it would be like without it. So maybe this country has run off without it before, but I know Republicans cut taxes, but how are you going to cut taxes altogether? As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, prior to this administration, all Republicans have cut taxes for the rich, and that's always the problem with Democrats versus Republicans. Democrats understand that the country needs to run off of some form of taxes in order to assist people who are less fortunate. But the way capitalism works, it really does look like when you have the top 1% of people making billions of dollars, it really does look like they don't want to help the poor. Now, they may employ you, but it seems like they don't want to help people that's less fortunate. And with that, it makes it seem like they're very greedy. And I don't see any way around that. You being a billionaire and then you don't want to pay like in 10%, what is it, 10% of your billions in taxes is weird to me. But that's neither here nor there. If there are no taxes, then there's what? How will the country's infrastructure? You're not gonna, if you don't want to pay taxes, that little 10% or whatever, you're not gonna want to use your money to fix infrastructure and all that type of stuff. How's that gonna get done? I'm just curious. Did y'all know this nigga having the nerve to ask for something on why? Anyway, he calls disconnects and they start working on it. So in the next scene, we have Zach and Jeremiah. Jeremiah is feeling for some crack. He can't leave it alone. He's feeling for that crack. He can't even fill out his paperwork because he's just shaking. Excuse me again. I'm not hungry, people. I tell you. And this mic is so good. I appreciate it at times, but then when that type of stuff happens, I'm not as happy. But anyway, he can't fill out paperwork. He wants the stuff. But he is at rehab right now, and Zach knows that he's gonna have to have something to get over those withdrawals. And so the nurse comes out and she tells Zach that, they have hope, and we gotta have hope, Jeremiah, because she's seen worse. Again, Tony comes out, and at this point, I'm thinking Tony is gonna finally talk about the robbery. Did we ever get any closure on that? I'm still not sure. But anyway, this is where he talks to Connie. I'm not gonna go into it too deep. She finds out that she's terminally ill, and she tells Tony that she wants Zach and Fatima to take care of her youngest because she just doesn't have any family like that, or she can't get a second opinion either because she doesn't have insurance like that. Moving right along. So, Malachi, I almost called him Martin because he looks exactly like Martin to me. But anyway, Malachi and Angela are talking, and he tells her that Fatima is everything to him, but Leslie, she's a drinker. And Angela's like, yeah, I'd probably be drinking too if I saw a big ass tattoo of my old man's ex-girlfriend on his damn chest. So Malachi throws around his credentials. I don't even see why Fatima seasons Zach anyway. He's a damn criminal. I know he got arrested for beating the hell out of his brother. How do you know this? I'm FBI. Damn, Angela. Did you think about that at all? Are you sure?
Okay.
Angela begins to feel uncomfortable around him, and she just started throwing out hints for him to leave. Boy, I know how that feels. Have you ever had a dude that come over to your house and you like throwing out all kind of hints for them to leave and they don't pick them up? How fucking annoying. Anyway, she calls Fatima, and she tells Fatima that they had a conversation and he is working on, clearing up that whole situation. The only thing about RP is, or her being on porn sites, is that 9 times out of 10, still out there though. Before she gets off the phone with him, she tells Malachi that she needs to watch. Malachi? She tells Fatima that she needs to really watch Malachi because she really believes that, he's dangerous because he has a sick obsession with her. And then, with that sick obsession comes Leslie. Here we go. Connie goes to see, in the next scene, Connie goes to see Zach. Hi, Zach. What are you doing here? I'm good. You can leave. Zach, don't be like that. I'm trying to check on you. I'm good. Are you sure? So Zach just kind of, I took Jeremiah to rehab. Yeah, I heard about it. Think you gonna make it? I don't know. But, him fainting, it was a part of the process because Zach told her that he was fainting when they got there. Yeah, it is a part of the process. That's why they gave him something to do. Zach is pretty sure he's not gonna make it. So am I. So, kind of lets Zach know that she's very proud of him and the things that he's doing. Well, this is to butter him up, take her children out there. But he says, am I about to die, son? She said, no, you're not about to die. But she should have said, but I am. Can't take my children. Now, I'm going to tell the parent, so we have to drag this thing out. So they have a real sentimental moment, and Connie begins to cry. And he kept asking her what was good. And she's like, I'm good, I'm good. Then the doctor from the rehab center calls and she says that Jeremiah checked himself out. $5,000 wasted. Can I get my money back? Hell no. Now you can't do that. This non-refundable, if you know what I'm saying. So Connie asked him if he thinks that Jeremiah will come to the funeral. And he said, probably. He's probably tweaking, so probably not. And then she says, well, he probably already doing his thing. I'm sure of it. This time they finally shoot him. The only thing I have a question on that is, what in the hell is going on here? He can go out and do his thing. Connie wants Zach and Zatima to take her children. And all of this has no connection to sisters at all. Is he going to take the children? If he takes the children, will they appear on sisters? Yeah, they don't even appear on here. Have you ever seen Connie's children? And then with Jeremiah, it's almost like he doesn't even have a brother or sister. Now, Zach says he doesn't even have the money that he wasted on the rehab. And it's kind of looking like, what? Yeah, what? Do we have money on this show or not? Sometimes he do, sometimes he don't. So, sisters, he always has money. Even though Gary stole his money over there. Is his assets frozen over there now? Anyway, he and Connie leaving, and Connie's like, can we look for Jeremiah? Hell no. I think we got a surprise for me. I'm going home. I choose her and my family. So Zach gets home and there's rose petals everywhere. He runs up the stairs and someone is laying in the bed naked. So he starts humping and bumping. And guess what? Fatima walks in. It's not Fatima. It's Leslie's crazy ass. BT Dub, we see the side of her cheeks, but we see Zach's whole cheeks. I wonder how did Nazaria, or whatever her name is, felt about seeing Zach's whole butt on the video. So, just as Zach is getting ready to put peen to pee, Fatima walks in, what the fuck? And then he's like, what the fuck? And then they realize it's Leslie. Leslie jumps up out the bed. She tried to get her shoes. She said, bitch, you can get your ass out my house. I know something. Then Zach and Fatima have a conversation. He's like, look, she got the cakes, babe. Well, she got cupcakes. She ain't cake like you. I thought it was you. And Fatima calms down, comes to her senses, and realizes that he really thought it was her. And then she's like, how the fuck did she get in here in the first place? We don't know. But I'm about to go downstairs and make sure that her ass get the fuck out of my house. What about fuck that shit? So we go on down to the funeral in the next scene and we talk about how drugs have destroyed the community, which they have. And he's giving a good sermon about how he wanted the people to know that Zach's mama loved her church. So they do a nice selection of Savior, Savior, do not pass me by. Hallelujah. And Zach and Fatima are sitting in the front, and he's giving his speech. I mean, what do they do? Preaching. Speeching live. Well, excuse me. I meant preaching about that lady and, you know, how it was the drug. It was her addiction to drugs. Then high as a blooming onion at the Outback Steakhouse. Here comes Jeremiah in his worn down tennis shoes. Let me talk to my mama. I want to tell my mama about it. I can be here to tell my mama about it. Y'all can't stop me from telling my mama about it. I love my mama too. So they escort him out of the funeral, and instead of Zach going, who goes out? His pregnant fiance, Zatima, with her bad ass. With Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Who's going to protect Fatima? Sometimes I think they write this character to irritate us on purpose with the irrationalities. So Fatima goes back in, she does her selection, and she sings How Great Thou Art. Beautiful rendition. So it seems so funeral-like, but Zach has no emotion. And we're about to find out why. So Jeremiah fronts on the preacher. Now, I don't know what Mr. Preacher Man will make him mama do. But she probably was, doing something strange for a little bit of change. I'm just saying. And he said, this is a holy place. But it wasn't holy when he had mama down on her knees. This is what I suspect. And Jeremiah, because he fronted on. This is what I suspect. I couldn't understand what he was saying because they were beeping it out, which I don't know why they were beeping it out on BET Plus, because it's acceptable to cuss and use mature language. But hey, that's neither here nor there. And see, Jeremiah just had to speak. So he up there doing his speech, child. So he up there doing his thing when that could have been, a more acceptable presentation, if you will. Why did Jeremiah do a little jig across the pulpit? Then we go to the repast. Why I thought the damn repast was at the church? We down to Zach and Fatima house. Where they do that at? So Bryce is worried about Zach. And Angela encourages him to go upstairs and talk to him. And then Fatima comes down. She's like, nope, not a good idea. He messed up Zach's money. So we still in that place. Even though allegedly Preston has given them $3 million. Why are we still in this place where we complaining about the money? I thought he had forgiven. Only a Tyler Perry. Preston asked to go check on Zach, and Fatima tell him that he shouldn't. But let me just say this real quick. Besides Preston showing his pics and Tyler Perry being regretful for firing him from Sisters, what in the fuck is the purpose of him on this show? Can anybody tell me that? Can anybody tell? Anybody? Boom, boom, Belinda walks up and everybody walks off. Yep. She tells Preston, if you want to do something, keep an eye on that. I know that's right. So Zach tells Fatima, she goes upstairs, checks on him, finds him, and he says, you know what? I know I should be upset right now, but it's a little bit of relief. Yeah, it is a relief sometimes when people pass on. You don't want anybody to pass on because that's forever. And you miss them tremendously. But when your people are out in the streets, you either think one way or the other because you always are worried if they're safe or not. And that takes away peace from you. And I think that's what was going on with him. He just did not have the amount of peace that he needed to heal because his mother just wasn't willing to do the work. Where is that $25,000? Did they use the whole $25,000 on the funeral? Because nobody has mentioned it since Jeremiah tried to take Fatima's purse and knocked her upside her head. and put her between two cars, not a washer and a dryer, but two cars. So Zach thanks Fatima for loving him because, she's been raising him their whole relationship. And so she says, well, you make it easy. And then he said, that's a lie. She said, well, sometimes it is a lie because he don't make it easy. Remember, over there on Sister, he had a whole other lady pregnant at the same time where they were getting to know each other. Remember that? And she's been pregnant ever since. But that's about, 4 or 5 seasons now? Yeah. We don't have to talk about that, though. How long are they going to keep Fatima pregnant? She should be about showing by now, right? Both shows. Is she, though? No. Not even a push. So they started talking about Preston. Because he's such a side character, it makes it seem like he's intrusive. Because all he does is sit outside and want to come upstairs and check on, is that a white people thing? No. That's somebody who wants to be on the show thing that y'all leaving out and is a good character for this show. Well, for sisters, anyway. I don't know so much about this one because he hasn't been really acting like that. He's always outside. Fatima fixes him a drink, and then Jasmine, is her name Jasmine? That intrusive neighbor walks in anyway. You can tell she's pregnant on this episode. She looks like a Jasmine. Her damn name is Deja. Remember, I hadn't watched this in a while. This episode aired in January. I'm just now bringing you the recap in March. So you're a real cowboy. That means you know how to ride. Yeah. I mean, for real. Horses and shit. Yeah, so you and Danny, nothing. I told you, no more me and Danny. So they finally have a conversation, and Preston tells him not to worry about the money. I just want to make sure you're good. Get yourself together first. And that's going to take all of about 3 years, but really in Tyler Perry land, it's like a 2-day time span. So they talk about Gladys and how they remember the ice cream store. That's Connie and Zach talking. So even though Connie threw that cooter on him when this show first came on, she now wants Fatima to help raise her children because she has mad respect for Zach and Fatima in their relationship. But because she was listening to Tweedledee and Tweedledum, she just didn't realize how special Fatima was to him. But in a way, they were going through a break. And, this relationship is constantly being tested on this show. They don't really ever have happy moments. Why? Remember, at the beginning of this season, he was in jail. And she left him there. What kind of shit is that? So, Connie wants to be clear that whatever they had in the past is done. And they're like, I know that. I know that's right. Now, that part I like to say. Shit. You know what? Shit, this my man now. And then she was like, but he's still in my family. And then all Tweedledee and Tweedledum walk up. Now, Tweedledee says that he loves Zach, and that's the reason why they're here. Tweedledee in my world is Tom. Tweedledum because he's dumber is Nick. So, just in case somebody new comes in, that's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They talk about how Tweedledum always was getting them in trouble. Almost got them put in jail a couple of times, and they flash over to Boom Boom Balloon drinking some wine. So, and so like, are you with or with Tony? Nathan? And she's like, yeah, but it's complicated. And then she said, oh, you ain't judging me with that whole house you running over there. And then I was like, well, the hoe that I got running through my house ain't married. Boom. I know that's right. At least the man that I'm with don't like Dean. How you know? How you know? How you doing? There's a lot of how you doing out there. That's on the DL because of society's pressure on them not to come out and be who they are. Why don't bisexual men ever date other bisexual men? Why do they always have to? That's a good question. All the bisexual men, I don't want to date other women instead of other men. I mean, bisexual to bisexual. I don't mean that they date other women because they're bisexual. That means they go both ways. But I mean, I've never seen two bisexuals together. It's always a bisexual and a heterosexual. That's my personal thing that I see, that I noticed. Kind of strange. Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Have y'all ever seen two bisexual males or two bisexual women together? One of them is always heterosexual from my vantage point. I could be wrong, because I don't know every bisexual and every, male or female in this world, but the ones I know, I always had. Like my bisexual real good friend, she dates women and men, and child, she was married. And sometimes her lover used to live with them, but that's neither here nor there. But my point is, her husband was straight. And her lover was a lesbian. But she was the only bisexual one in the triangle. Okay. So, I got personal experience. So, Angela tells her, why are you here anyway? Maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. You think I'm supposed to go somewhere because Fatima mad at? Yeah. It's like Fatima's house. And she don't like your ass, so there's that. And then she said, well, you heard what Connie said. And then she says, Connie just wants me to go somewhere. So she gonna run up and fuck up on that. I still think you want to fuck up on that. Angela says, well, maybe she's actually half down. Ain't nothing to say about that bitch. Ain't nothing to say about you either. So she says, go. And she's like, no, give me enough drink before I leave here. And she say, why else would you be here anyway? Zach's mom? And she said, oh, yeah. Hallelujah. Forgive me, Jesus. So Jeremiah rolls in running, Zach. And then right behind him comes some people that's chasing him, which I believe are the Black Rock Boys. And if they really are the Black Rock Boys from Madam's show, All the Queen's Men, they're going to be in trouble for messing with Fatima now. That's neither here nor there. They get into it with that. Zach get ready to go off and snap on Fatty. But he don't do it because Fatima grabs a stone. He thinks twice. He said, man, y'all just gonna have to leave. He pulls out his coat, Tony be packed. And he said, don't make him ask twice. Then they said, you heard my man. Now, in this moment, I love the way they had Zach's back. I do. Where was Preston? Preston know things. He could have hog-tied. Where is Preston? So, they agreed to leave. But Jeremiah comes running from the back. And he punches the leader of the pack, Big Black. And then Big Black gets into it with Preston. And Preston is whooping his ass. Punching him in the side. He didn't move. He pulls out his piece and shoots in the direction of Fatima. Which, still to this day, from that day when I first saw it back in January, it makes sense. And now I'm saying it for the second time. Still don't make sense. Because the people in my group chat was saying that he ran in the direction of Fatima. Where, when, we didn't see which way Jeremiah ran. Again, makes zero sense. Because what I'm seeing is, as Preston is commencing to whoop his ass, it looks like Jeremiah, because, Jeremiah has the bandage over his face. It looks like Jeremiah is on the couch with the bandage over his face and is being lifted up, getting his ass whooped. Again, makes no sense. But, hey, we're in Tyler Perry Land. Let's see where this is going to go next season. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. It is good over here. Help your girl out. Help me get those 2,000 subscribers so I can be in cushy land. Watch my videos. Share my videos, because sharing is caring. My various other platforms will be under my banner, including my Cash App, DMCLAYZYTY, $ in front. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.